Hello, friends. It's your boy SVH here, coming at you from the cave with a little morning wisdom, I guess. A couple days ago, I was going to a convention for my industry, and I was listening to some audiobook recordings and so forth, and I was very struck by one of the uh, biblical passages that was shared in the context of this audiobook. And it was, I don't know the verse number, but, or book or chapter or verse number at the moment, but he who hath, to he who hath, it is given. To he who hath not, it will be taken away. To he who hath, it is given. So let's unpack that for a minute. There's things that we want to have in life. There's things that we want to experience in life. There's different qualities that we want to embody. There's a person that we want to be. And for so many, that person they want to be is some distant version of themselves, some future self that will embody this wholeness, this fullness and richness of the beauty of what we wish to express from ourself or of ourself. And that seems to be something that people strive for and people work for, and myself included. I've striven very hard over the years to be different versions of myself that I envisioned myself being in the future. But this passage really unlocks a key. So, to he who hath, it is given. So, you're probably sitting here thinking, well, I want these things and I pray for these things and I ask God for these blessings, but they don't come. I don't get them, you know. How is it really given, you know? And what am I supposed to hath, right? Hath and have, I guess, could be maybe simultaneously used, but the term is hath, and I think that there is something to that because HATH, it ends with TH, and TH is also the first two letters in thinking and thought. So now it ties in with maybe, I think it's Napoleon Hill wrote a book, As a Man Thinketh. That there's a key there. Okay, so what we have in our life and what we hold and what we see and what's in our physical presence is a reflection of what we hold in our heart and in our minds. So how much of your day are you spending holding in your mind the embodiment and the essence of that person that you visualize yourself to be, or that you wish yourself to be, or that future self that you're striving for? Not very much, right? We spend a lot of time thinking about our problems or our issues or our concerns or things that frustrate us or somebody that made us mad or whatever, the focus goes in so many different directions. Thinking about, the state of the world, whatever it is that occupies our minds. We tend to think about those things much more than we think about embodying and being the self that we aspire to be, right? So that word hath means something very strongly. To him who hath, or to she who hath, when you have the mindset and the mentality that you are living the life that you wish to live right now, you're already in it. I could be sitting in this cave envisioning myself on a beach on a vacation that I want to be on. sit in this cave and I envision myself being in this cave and meditating and sharing truth and things like that, because that's something I've envisioned for a long time. I get inspired and I love to share things that inspire me. I'm not anybody special. I don't know anything more than anybody else has the capability of knowing or experiencing. I've just put myself through the rigors. I've put myself through the fire enough to understand truth and to really seek out truth in a way that it's been revealed to me in a lot of ways, and it's something that just really calls to my spirit to share things that inspire me as they come. So that's it. But I am embodying and living the person, as the person that I saw myself living as and being for many years. Um, you know, Independent, able to, be my own boss and call my own shots in that respect. To have the time and the energy and the physical strength and the willpower to get up every day and to get outside and to be in nature and to enjoy the beauty of it and to connect with it. And then also to open myself to being a clear channel where I can draw in, from and receive the messages that come from my little animal critter encounters, or, things that cross my path on the trail, or maybe just different aspects of the trail, or even just different revelations or ideas or realizations that I have when I'm out here just in the quiet, just enjoying time without all the thoughts and all the things, rolling around about everyday life. And so again, this, to him who hath, it is given. So why am I not given what I'm asking for? Why am I not given what I'm praying for and things like that? Because you don't have it. You have to have it. You have to have that spirit that it's already yours. You have to come from that place. You have to be in the mindset, it is done. Kun faya kun, as they say in mysticism and in the Sufi path. The Lord spoke, be, and it became. Kun faya kun. And this is what we have to live. We have to live this mentality of, yes, this is it. This is what it is right now in this moment. I'm really inspired a lot by the teachings of a guy named Neville Goddard. He died in 1972, but in the 40s, 50s, 60s, he did this lecturing circuit and wrote some books and things like that. And he was a Bible scholar, and he's given me a real new appreciation for the Bible and for I think the real gnosis that comes from those teachings, not the prescribed things that you're going to get from different denominations, or not the turn or burn, or hell or high water type, fear-based religious dogma that is what most Christianity is packaged as today, or most religion. I won't even say Christianity, but I'm talking about the Bible. So but he's given me a very new appreciation for the real mystical teachings, the deeper teachings that are kind of beneath the surface passages that you're reading in the Bible. And this one in particular is one of those, because you can't have the life that you want to live if you're not already embodying that mindset, if you're not already open to accepting it as if it is done and in reality here and now. It's never going to come, because your reality, this is quantum physics now, and I'm jumping to quantum physics, and this is truth. This is scientifically proven that we do mold and shape our world around us. We create our own reality. We spend all this time reflecting on the negative and the hurt and the pain and the what was done to me in the past, or why don't I have this, or why don't I have that, or this guy got to this level in success but I'm better than that, why didn't I get there? All these types of things that people think and that people occupy their time and energy with, that is what is on the mirror of your heart, and that's what is being reflected in your reality. And it's just going to continue to be that same loop and that cycle of blah, because all you're putting out is the blah that you don't want to be. Bring out the beauty, bring out the joy, bring out the regalness, the kingliness, the goddess, whatever it is. Bring it out of yourself and live that and be that. See yourself as that and experience that in as many ways as you can in your life today. Stop and just take I come out here and I hike, and I just feel so much gratitude for the ability to carve out a little time each day to come out here and do something that I love so much, that I would do maybe once a week, maybe a couple times a month, whatever I could squeeze in on the weekends when I had time. No, you make time. You make time to be who you are. You make time and you make energy, you carve it out. You don't make excuses for why I can't do this or why I can't do that or why I don't have this and why I don't have that. You go get it. Go grab it. Become it. Let it be part of who you are right now, and it'll change your life. I went through a kind of a weird period. Maybe it was a midlife crisis or something, but a couple years ago, I really was at a point where my life was great. I had nothing to complain about, but I could not feel joy. I couldn't feel and experience joy for some reason, and I would sit and try to think, like, what makes me feel joy? And like, I couldn't put anything on it. And it's because I was letting all the other things that were unjoyful dominate my life and dominate my thoughts. And when I just let go of it all, and you just take a deep breath and you have faith and you trust that God is put you here to succeed and to achieve things, and put the desire into your heart that you have. So if you have a desire that's strong in your heart, don't sit there and say, oh, I desire to be this or to do this or to have this, but I could never achieve that, or I could never. No, then you never will, because that's exactly what your thought is. But or to feel guilty because, oh, I want to be successful, and I want to have money, and I want to have nice things, but is that really the right way to be? Is that the right way to live? And some people feel guilt for being successful, or doing well in life. No, you're supposed to do well in life. If you have that desire in your heart, then where do you think that desire came from? It came from God. God put that desire in your heart because God wants to experience that experience through you. That's why we were created. That's why we're here. We are a ray of the divine light of the sun. We are not different. We are not disconnected. We are not separate from God. 1 + 1 = 1. They tell you 1 + 1 = 2, but that's false. That's the Matrix life. 1 + 1 = 1, because all there is one. All there is God. And there's the macrocosm of all that God is. And then we are the microcosm. We are the ray that comes from the sun. We are the light that is projected out of that higher consciousness. And we have the full capability of embodying any particular aspect of that to its fullest, to where we hath what we want now. We hath what we want to be, and what we see ourselves as now. And you'll be surprised how much things start to kind of move in that direction, and things open up and opportunities open up, and things that seemed like limitations will be lifted and removed. Problems won't be problems because you're not focusing on them. You're focusing on being who you are, and being that true self. So there's really something to that verse. To he who hath, it is given, and to he who hath not, it is taken away. So have in your heart and in your mind that which you desire. Have it there. Have it present with you at every moment, as if it's right in front of you or in your surroundings and in your experience. See yourself, visualize yourself, hear yourself, feel the feeling of opening that new car door if you need a new car. Have that feeling of walking in and smelling the new car smell and putting the keys in the ignition. Even if you're in your little beat up Toyota Corolla that's falling apart and rusty sidewalls, and your steering wheel's falling apart, whatever it is, that you don't have to focus on that. You don't have to put energy into that, and you don't have to let that energy rule what's in your consciousness. Your mind is able to see it, and you are able to experience it. It's real. It's real. It's not fake. It's not just a thought. It's not just some mind's junk that's sitting somewhere. No, it's energy. It's a reality that you're creating in your mind, that you're focusing on, that is recharging your energy and putting in your biofield around you, your auric field, that reality, so that you now become a magnet that draws that to you because it's coming from you. You're giving off this thing. It's called resonance, you know, this sympathetic resonance. You play a guitar string, an E string on this guitar over here, and across the room the vibration moves to another guitar, and the E string starts to vibrate on that string. Wasn't plucked, wasn't changed, but it's like meeting like, and that energy growing and expanding together. It's reality, it happens, and it's truth. And I want you to experience it because it's a powerful thing. So to he who hath, it is given. If you want to be given what you desire, hath it. Hath it right now. I'm telling you. All right. So that's the word for today. I got to get back on the trails. I got things to take care of, and more joy to take in, more gratitude to be given, and more prayers to the divine for all the beautiful gifts that we are given in this life. So have fun, my friends. Be safe. Talk to you soon.